You watched part 1. You know the evidence. You know about the targeting. You know about the data showing systemic bias against minority physicians. Now comes the hard part. Now comes the verdict. March 2025. The jury returns. And what they decided will shock you. Not because it's surprising given the weakness of the prosecution's case, but because it reveals something far more troubling. It reveals that our justice system, the system we trust to protect us, is broken. The foreman stood. How do you find the defendant? Guilty. Guilty on charges of prescribing pain medication to patients with chronic pain. Guilty of conspiracy. Guilty despite no deaths, no proven patient harm. No evidence of intentional fraud. Guilty based on statistical analysis. Guilty because he was an outlier. Guilty because he treated pain aggressively. Guilty because he was a minority physician in a system designed to target minority physicians. And then came the sentencing. Dr. Anand faces a maximum of 130 years in federal prison. 130 years for treating pain. Let that number sink in. 130 years. He would die in prison, an elderly man, a 9/11 hero, a decorated naval officer, dead in a cell, convicted not for causing death but for treating it. The real crime wasn't Dr. Anand's prescribing. The real crime was the conviction itself. When prosecutors charged Dr. Anand, they froze his assets. A brilliant physician suddenly had nothing. He spent every penny on legal defense. When the money ran out, his attorney left. A 9/11 hero was forced to rely on a public defender. He lost his wife. The stress, the financial devastation, the public humiliation, it destroyed his marriage. He lost access to his child. The system that convicted him also kept him from his son. He lost his reputation. Before conviction, he was Dr. Neil Anand, respected physician, 9/11 hero, pain specialist. Now, his name is associated with federal conviction. And now he sits in federal prison, locked up, his life destroyed, his family shattered, his career ended, all for treating pain. But here's what I want you to understand. I've had many conversations with Dr. Anand. We've appeared together on podcasts and radio shows. We've exchanged data. We've discussed the systemic nature of what happened to him. He is not broken. He is not defeated. He is still fighting, still documenting, still exposing. But he shouldn't have to fight alone. Dr. Anand's conviction sends a message to every physician in America. Treat pain aggressively, and you will be prosecuted. Physicians get the message. They become afraid. They stop prescribing. They undertreat pain. A montage of pain medication bottles being thrown away. Desperate faces of patients. Patients are turning to street drugs because they can't get legal prescriptions. The crisis the government claims to be solving is being made worse by their persecution of physicians. Dr. Anand's conviction is not just about one doctor. It's about millions of patients who will suffer because physicians are terrified. It's about a system that has criminalized compassion. Let me be clear, what happened to Dr. Neil Anand was a crime. But Dr. Anand was not the criminal. The crime was committed by a system. A system that uses algorithms as weapons, targets minority physicians disproportionately, and criminalizes medical judgment. A system that destroys reputations, imprisons physicians for treating pain, and separates families. It kills pain patients by intimidating the doctors they depend on. The crime was committed by federal prosecutors who knew, or should have known, that their case was built on flawed analysis and misrepresentation. The crime was committed by an insurance company, Independence Blue Cross, that fraudulently inflated claims and helped build a case against a physician. The crime was committed by a jury system that convicted a man despite no evidence of patient harm. The crime was committed by a society that allowed this to happen. I have reviewed Dr. Anand's case extensively. I have reviewed the data he compiled. I have appeared with him on multiple platforms. I can tell you with certainty, this was not justice. This was persecution. Dr. Anand is in prison, but this doesn't have to be his final outcome. Sentence commutations are possible. Pardons have been granted before. Kim Kardashian has dedicated herself to criminal justice reform. She needs to know about Dr. Anand. Tell her about a 9/11 hero imprisoned for treating pain. Ask her to take on this case. Reform Alliance fights for justice in cases like this. They need to advocate for him. Ask them to advocate for Dr. Anand's sentence commutation. Your congressional representatives have the power to demand hearings. Demand reform. Demand hearings on prosecutorial targeting of minority physicians. If you have chronic pain, you have the most powerful voice of all. Tell your representatives that you need access to physicians willing to treat you. Criminalizing pain physicians is killing patients. This is not about one doctor. This is about the future of medicine in America. This is about whether pain doctors and whether minority physicians will be targeted based on their skin and financial resources. Dr. Neil Anand was a hero on September 11, 2001. He should be treated like one now. Don't let him be forgotten. We have the power to save him, but we have to speak up. Visit unbedsidemanners.com to find out what else you can do to save Dr. Neil Anand. Learn more about Dr. Anand and other pain management physicians who have been railroaded by bad policy on unbedsidemanners.com. Free Dr. Neil Anand, commute his sentence, reform the system.